Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick Unsworth here, and welcome to the Six Figure Facebook Marketer live webinar. And I'm really excited to share some content here with you guys today. And I am coming fresh off doing 30-minute coaching calls for the past, I think, 7 hours straight. And what's crazy is that there's actually quite a bit of synergy with some of those calls today, because there's been a few people that I spoke to on 30-minute strategy sessions that were in a very similar spot that I was in when I first got started in this business. So I'm not going to go through and give my whole full story for you guys because many of you have heard it. Um, but basically, getting started in the business, being $50,000 in debt and on the verge of not being able to pay my bills, and it all happened. It was a result of being an entrepreneur. It was not that I was a lazy guy by any means, but I was kind of stuck. I was caught, and a lot of what came out of these, doing all these strategy sessions today, is that there's so many of us that are stuck in this limbo, or I even call it like a purgatory of business as an entrepreneur, where we're planning and we're planning and we're thinking and we're trying and we're strategizing and we're trying to figure out what to do with the business. And so if you're on this webinar, I mean, you're clearly here to learn about Facebook marketing, most specifically Facebook marketing as a Facebook expert. So this is how to become a Facebook expert, get clients, build it in a recurring income stream, and make money, and really change your world, change your living situation, change your own finances, and kind of change the world that you're living in. And so when you're in that spot, I mean, it just comes down to straight up taking action. So it's just really cool that there was a handful of people from just doing calls today that were in that same exact spot. And they just actually had coincidentally signed up for a coaching program that we're doing, where we're just walking them through how to be successful in this industry. But it's got a lot of hand holding, and we've got people that they need to make a couple to a few grand in their first month, and they will, because when I first got started, I did it. We've had many people that are up against very big adversity when they first got into this industry. And if you know what you're doing and you're pointing in the right direction, it could be very easy. So basically, what I'm going to be covering today is how to get your first clients. I'm going to be covering, and I've got a handy dandy agenda here. So I'm going to be talking about, what's possible as a Facebook expert, how to run ads to attract higher, more profitable clients that have bigger margins for you as a Facebook advertising expert. Definitely about how to get your first clients. So we have had a few new clients that are brand new and they need to get clients, who are on here too. So we're going to share, some of those strategies in the local market. And then a lot of why we want to do Facebook advertising is because it's recurring revenue. That is a very, very big part of this, is that it's recurring revenue. And how to build up your expert status within this industry, and then how to create some leverage and love your business. And so we're going to walk through all that stuff with you here tonight. I'm going to try and keep this as fast and tight to the point as we can. I know that I can run a little bit long, but I'm going to try and just kind of buzz through this content for you guys. And so if you do have any questions, what I'd love for you to do is, if you can go over, and we're going to just give a little test spin. There's the chat box on the right hand side, and just pop over there and just say, just type in your name and just let me know if you're currently, just put in your title. If you're a Facebook marketing expert, type that in. You're a social media manager. Shoot, you could be an author, whatever it is, just type in your name. Actually, just type in your title, because your name's going to automatically pop up. I just want to get a lay of the land and see what we're working with here today. What's up, Harvey? Life on fire. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So we got some social media managers. We've got awesome learning internet marketing. Welcome, Wayne. Health coaches. We've got copywriters. We've got online marketers. We've got local marketers. Okay, cool. Business owner. All right, all right. Digital marketer, digital marketing director, marketing, uh, social media director. Okay, sweet. All right, so we've got a little bit of a mixed bag, but at the end of the day, this content is about, not only, this is about how to be a Facebook marketing expert. So we're going to talk about how to get clients um, in this industry. And shoot, this is relevant for any industry, about how to get clients quickly. And then we're going to talk about how to set up some campaigns and how to run those as well. So, all right. As far as team goes, I'm going to kind of just buzz through this stuff. We do have Shane Johnson on the line, Facebook trafficking conversion expert. Awesome, awesome guy. He's now running our campaigns. The man is a genius with ads. We've got Ryan Skelly on the line too, Facebook trafficking conversion expert. So say hello to these guys. They are it. We are kind of the um, with what these guys are doing on advertising is so far forward in advance. We're actually finding that as we work with, larger and larger clients who have, PR companies and, other larger companies that are helping on those accounts, it's very obvious that, what Shane and Ryan and what we're doing is much more advanced than what they've seen from, a lot of large advertising agencies and things like that. So it's pretty cool. All right. And as far as my journey, I'm going to skip through this. So I'm just going to just give you a quick fast forward to where I've ended up. So basically, I got in the business. I was, like I said in the beginning of the call, I was in a real tough spot. I was in a lot of debt, and I had to go out in the local market, which I'm going to share with you guys how to get clients fast. And I did that and gained a little bit of confidence, started getting larger and larger clients, and then ended up doing some speaking things, and which was great for positioning. But my mission, always from the beginning, has been how can I position myself as an expert within this industry? And that's the beauty of Facebook advertising is that no matter whether you're a Facebook marketing expert or you're an author or you're a sole proprietor, no matter what it is, using this model is going to help you position yourself as an expert so that you have credibility and people are going to want to work with you, want to hire you. So it's been great for that. So fast forward, I've been able to build a business. I've been able to sell a business in this industry. It was my personally branded business. It was technically my company, New Media 2.0. Sold it to a company named Smash It Social, and that was my dream to do that by 30. So I've had a pretty wild ride for the past 4 years. It's been amazing. It's been life changing. And now I'm just literally every single day. I cannot wait to get out of bed. I mean, I can't even wake up with my alarm clock. I always wake up before, and that's a beautiful place to be when you love what you do. And part of this is that not to not to get all mushy on you guys, but when you really love what you do, the money follows. And and until and I've been searching ever since I was a kid. I had paper route at 6, picked tobacco at 14. I had jobs my whole life, and I was really obsessed about finding what I would love to do through college. And I turned over so many different rocks. And once I found this was clear that it was it. And then once you're in that alignment where you're really doing what you're kind of meant to do here, and you feel like you're helping, you're giving back, and all that kind of stuff is aligned, making money actually becomes easy. So if you're ever in a business where you're finding it's so damn hard to make money and help clients and do good, then that's one of those things where you can just tell, man, if it's that hard, something's out of alignment, something's not right, because it should actually be somewhat effortless when it's really meant to be and it's really the right thing. And so hopefully this business is that for you. And it's a great opportunity. And the reason it is such an awesome opportunity, so this is just to paint a little bit of a picture of what's possible. So right now, the reason that this is an exciting time is, and maybe Shane, if you want to pop on and just say hello too. I know you've got some cool stats about, where Facebook is heading with mobile and some of the, stats with some of these other companies. But right now with
For sure.
Facebook,
Hey guys, how you doing?
hey, what's up, Shane? So
I'm
Shane,
here in the background.
give us a quick 2 minutes as why Facebook advertising is the big opportunity and why we should really pay attention on this call and then focus on this industry, tap into it, and make this a career.
Yeah, for sure. So I think probably the number one reason that everyone should pay attention to what's going on with Facebook is just because Facebook became a public company last year. And so obviously Mark Zuckerberg, he needs to give the proper tools to businesses and entrepreneurs like all of us on the call here today to be able to utilize Facebook to market better in such a way to attract people into our funnels and over to our business to do business with us. And they are doing that big time right now. The one thing that we really noticed in the last couple of months, and this can be tracked right back to their Q2 earnings, and what they said basically on their Q2 earnings was that about 43% of their revenue was coming from mobile ads, and the mobile ads are really key, and that's what we hone in on when we do our launches and we do all of our funnels. Mobile is what they're focused on, and they're making the the ad manager and the power editor easier and easier for all of us to use so that we can get these ads that are mobile accessible into the news feed so that we can attract more people. And they know that imagery is a very high factor in clickability. Basically when people see that eye candy coming through the news feed, and think about this, from our testing, what we've seen is about 70 to 75% of our clicks and our traffic is coming from a mobile device. So when people see that beautiful image, with your, even though it's an ad, it's a beautiful image with a really nice call to action to come join you for something that you're doing to educate them. The click-through rates on that are really high because that image comes through on your mobile device and that's all they can see basically. So that's really, really key for us over the next few months.
It's huge. It's huge, and that's one of the things we're going to show a campaign that we've used that helped bring in lots of high-paying clients and things like that for us. And I mean, it's been an amazing campaign, and one of the biggest breakthroughs at that time. This is, we're talking, about June and July, was the fact that being able to get off the right hand side on the ads, which is, we used to always be our strategy. We always used to go right hand side ads to a Facebook tab. And the reason was because you could have the social proof on the right hand side. It would show the numbers of likes that you have. And if they had any friends that already liked your page, it would show their friend's name right there. And that social proof gave us a higher, what's called click-through rate. And a higher click-through rate means more people wanted to interact with that ad, and it lowered the ad costs. That was always our jam. That was always our move on advertising. And that was a big differentiator, and it was unique. But the problem is that none of that was mobile responsive. And it wasn't just that the landing pages weren't, it was that those ads on the right hand side, they don't even display, as Shane was pointing out, they don't even display on mobile phones. And I feel like that's something that people just, no one was really talking about that. And as Facebook advertising has become more and more and more popular, and it's become more and more lucrative, there's been a lot more attention. So now it's getting picked up by quite a bit of mainstream media. And when Shane and Ryan Skelly found and discovered how we could get our ads on mobile, and we started testing it, it was a complete breakthrough. And so we'll show you guys how to make sure that your ads are mobile capable as well. And that's just one of the things where, I mean, if you just follow a couple of the tactics that we teach you, you're going to be in the right, you're pointing in the right direction. And so just by doing that alone, I mean, we were able to just dramatically drive down our lead costs and things like that, and it allowed us to to just basically do better for our business and do better for our clients. And I think something that's important to know is that really what I want, the point I want to drive home on this slide is really about what's possible. And, I think that there's a lot of ways to get clients out in business and in life. And for many, many businesses, it's not profitable, like, so traditional marketing obviously has failed. And then now if I think about kind of cutting edge things and, internet marketing, there's SEO, there's joint ventures, there's all these different methods or tactics, or being on the phone and converting on the phone, all these different things. But the most time efficient and the most you know time efficient, cost efficient, and what leads to the most highest ROI has been Facebook ads for us. And the beautiful thing about it is we can just run ads and we can get clients, and it's as simple as that. We don't have to beg other people to cross promote with what we do. We don't have to rely on other people. And if we have more bandwidth, we can run more ads. If we have less bandwidth, we run less ads. And so it's really nice to kind of be our own, we can choose our own destiny by running these ads. And that's what we want for you guys. And so the nice thing is that if you're a Facebook advertising expert, the reason why you want to focus in on ads is because if you think about, many people focus on being a social media manager. And the hard part about that is, if you're a social media manager, that means, and that's a huge profession right now. I mean, there's jobs, it's exploding right now. And even if you go to salary.com, I mean, the salary rates are increasing. I mean, it's a big deal. But the thing is that if you're managing social media, you're basically either creating content or you're curating content for Facebook pages, and you're tying it to Twitter and all these other things. But what ends up happening is that it's so hard to track any ROI to that. And so for you as a social media marketing expert, if you can't prove your worth, well, guess what? Times get tough, they get pinched, they need to make a decision. Or if they just don't know if it's working and whether they feel like it's worth it or not, they're going to stop paying for that, right? So the big thing is that we never want to be, at someone else's mercy, right, in business. So the nice thing is that, by getting, and I'm not saying to completely get away from content. I mean, content's great. We don't put a tremendous amount of focus on it because we don't have a lot of time and it doesn't yield enough ROI for us or for our clients. So we don't do a lot of it. Um, Putting our focus on the Facebook ads, the nice thing about that is because when you create results for yourself or you create results for clients, it's tangible. You can go to them and you can know that you can get them results, not only get results, but man, if you took a client and you ran ads and they built up their email list and they built up their likes on their page and they got customers and they broke even on their ad spend, they would be blown away because most people lose money when they advertise. I would say 99% of people lose money when they advertise. Very few people earn a profit on advertising. And it's kind of been the normal. So for you to come in as a Facebook marketing expert and be able to show them how they can not only break even, but they can get a profit, that's wild. And that's why Shane, Ryan, and myself, and that's why this business has been growing like crazy, is because most social media experts completely avoid the discussion about getting customers. They avoid the discussion about a positive return on investment on their spend. And we not only get a positive return on investment on the ad spend, but we make sure that we can get a positive return on investment for how much our costs are. If they're spending $7,500 to work with us up front, we need to cover that plus their ad spend to make it worth it for them, right? So that's the big thing, is that if you can prove results, then you're going to be in really, really high demand and it becomes very easy to sell. And, we call it value-based pricing. And so if you're in a situation where, if you, Shane and Ryan have a great example of a client where, they were able to drive down a lead cost. They were spending like $70 a lead and then dropped it all the way down to like $13 a lead. Well, how much would they spend for that knowledge, right? I mean, if you're advertising 5 or 6 figure budgets, you'd spend 20, 30 grand for something like that, right? And they did. And, so that's the nice thing, is that you can actually get paid what you're worth. And when you get people results, another great thing is that you become a very highly referable business. And that is key, because if you can do good work for people and then you get referrals, it makes it very easy. And as soon as you become the quote Facebook advertising guy or the Facebook advertising woman in a circle, in a niche, or in a vertical, then it becomes very easy for you to get referrals. I get referrals all the time, and it's because people just think of me as a Facebook guy, right? I'm out there doing the webinars and I'm going to teach you how we're attracting these deals, but then just by working the deals, they create more deals. It's like I'll never forget when I got into real estate as a realtor, my mission was I wanted to build up my book of business and I wanted to be able to get referrals. I wanted to enjoy the sweet life, the I only work by referral life. Well, in most businesses, that takes a long ass time to get there. Really, really long time, because you have to do the work for them, and most markets are very saturated. Well, this is not saturated. There's not as many Facebook marketing experts as there are realtors. I can assure you of that, right? So it's a referable business, so it's a good business to be in. If you want to create a six-figure income stream, this is what I love about Facebook advertising, is that if you're charging $2,000 a month to manage ads, it only takes 5 clients, right? Now, some people, when you first get started, you want to really prove to yourself and prove to others that you can do this. So some people start with a lower fee. That's okay too. But we'll talk through that and we'll talk through some of the pricing structures and things like that. Other than that, if nothing else, if you get into this industry, at least you're learning a skill that can be leveraged in any other business. So that's always key. If you master Facebook advertising, it's going to be hard to be broke, because if you know how to create sales, you're always going to be in a good place. And it's kind of like, I think, who was it? Mark Cuban once said something like, you know, sales cures all. Because if you have sales, you can screw up operations, you can screw up even customer support, you can blow a lot of things out. But sales is always going to be, create a healthy business. So at the end of the day, this training, again, it's about being a Facebook marketing expert. We want to help you increase your profits, reducing your hours worked. This is something that comes with time. I'm not going to say that this is something that you come in, it's just a cakewalk. I mean, you work your ass off, but it's a really great business. And if there was a better business, I'd probably be doing that. But this is a great way to create a good lifestyle, and over time you can get the hours down. So it was nice. I mean, I work extremely, extremely hard, but I had a wedding this past weekend, so put up my away message and unplugged for a few days. We've got my man Ryan Dewey. He took off, some time last month, and we just try and help each other out and support each other so that we can get some much needed time off. And at the end of the day, if you can increase your profits, reduce your hours worked, and then kind of have a purpose behind what you're doing and have a little bit of a mission, that's where that alignment comes in and everything kind of falls into place. So, so for you guys, if we were to talk about, I wanted to go to the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most, one being the least. How bad do you want to know about how to get clients in this industry? And 10 being, yes, please tell me everything about how to get clients. One being, I don't really care. I know how to get clients. I just need like these crazy ninja tactics for ads. Okay, sweet. All right, guys, cool. Thank you, thank you. So we have a tons of 10s. So I had a call with a guy, Marty, today, and Marty is going to be a rock star, and he's probably on. So what's up, Marty? But he's a guy, like I was saying, he's in a real tough spot. He doesn't, he's been an entrepreneur, had a couple rough things happen, doesn't know how to pay his bills, and he's like, I'm just trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to, cover my nut this month, and just get it all done. And this is exactly what I told him. And this is exactly what I did when I had to cover $3,500 my first month. And it's guaranteed to work. You just have to do it. You start out, just go to Vistaprint, get yourself cards, call yourself Facebook marketing expert or Facebook advertising expert. Just literally put your name, put that on there. Don't worry about a website. You don't need any of that stuff. You just need to have the card, and you can use regular PayPal. You can use PayPal Advantage. PayPal Advantage, might as well use that because it's free, it's set up, it's fast. And now you're in business. You can invoice, you can do all those fun things as a business owner. And now all you have to do is go out and get clients. Now, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, is just a little acronym, because at the end of the day, when you're first getting started, and this applies to any type of a business, is that you know you have to just focus on simplicity, because the more complicated the business gets, the least likely you are to succeed. And it's like anything. I mean, simple, simple, simple in terms of marketing, in terms of how you run your business, in terms of your life. It's like the more we complicate things, the worse things get. If you complicate your marketing message, you're never going to make a sale. If you complicate your business, it's going to be very hard to turn a profit. So you want to make sure that you're keeping it simple, because at the end of the day, we want to, the mission is to have a lifestyle business. The mission for this is not to work 150 hours a week. The mission is to simplify and always think, how can we strip this thing down? How can we remove clunky parts? It's like, I love working with Shane and Ryan. Like, we came to a conclusion the other day that we're doing these done for you deals, and we find the same bottleneck. The bottleneck is the clients having trouble setting up their email autoresponders. Well, you know what? Shit. Let's just remove that bottleneck, and we're now going to do that for them. Yeah, it's more work on our side, but you know what? We might spend an extra hour or two on that, but we're going to save hours and hours of trying to help them set it up, right? So how do you make it as efficient as possible? Now, when you're in this mode of getting started and you need to get clients, the most important thing is staying efficient. And for my man Marty, that he's got to cover and pay his bills, I said that the most important thing you can do is stay efficient. You want to time block, and you've got to remove distractions. You've got to stop learning things that you don't need to learn. Now, I'm not saying, don't collaborate, don't need coaching. I'm saying that, typically if you're at a point where, he doesn't need to be on, lots and lots of different types of webinars learning about the new scraping tools and this and that, or, content aggregation tools and all this shiny object stuff. It comes down to remove the distractions, get off email. Right now, if you're looking at my screen, you can probably see I have 393 emails. Now, I'm all about customer service, but I also have expectations that I do not coach by email. And I lay out expectations where it's like, I'm very clear about it, because I cannot run a business by being in an email all day, and you can't do it with clients, you can't do it with the team. So you got to make sure that you manage that effectively. If you need to put up an away message that says, I check email once a day, so be it. I've had to do that multiple times. Actually, I'm probably back at that point pretty soon, because that doesn't make you money. You know, um, Turning off the phone and focusing on activities. And then the big one here is you just have to focus on profit producing activities. So what I'm going to just be describing is how to get in front of people for 30-minute consultations and how to do those and deliver those. I'm going to walk through that entire process. And you just want to make sure that, if you're not talking belly to belly with a prospect or on the phone with them or doing a webinar or something that's going to generate a prospect or convert a sale, then you're not doing the right thing. If you're thinking about the business, you're strategizing, you're building all these plans and stuff, none of that matters because the plan is always going to change, and you have to just take action to learn. And and things are always going to change, so you're way better off, instead of just thinking about it all day, just go out and do it and then just change on the fly and be okay with being outside your comfort zone and just changing. So the steps here, it's very, very simple, to get your first clients. And I can literally guarantee that if you do this, I can guarantee that you'll get your first client, even if you're new to the industry and you're a little bit uncomfortable. I've never had someone that actually does this that comes back and says it doesn't work, because it's impossible not to work. And the reason is because all I'm asking you to do is to go attend a local BNI meeting. So BNI stands for Business Networking International. They're a worldwide company, so we do have clients in all over the world, which is super fun. And actually, about almost 30% of our clients are outside the United States, and the strategy works everywhere. And so you go to bni.com and you find a local meeting. And the nice thing is that you can attend a meeting twice before you have to join. Now, joining could be anywhere from $200 to $350, depending where you live. Now, the thing is that you can get business by doing this before you even join. And what I would recommend that you do is you want to find a group that has at least 15 people and do a little bit of research on them, and you can browse and check out more than one group. So they meet in the mornings, and the format is that you go there and you meet and you go around the room and do what's called a 60-second commercial. So you do a 60-second commercial and you tell people what you do, and then at that point you pass each other business. So if you're in the room, there's typically between 15 and 25 people, and it's only one person per profession. I can assure you that if you go to your local BNI, odds are there's not a Facebook marketing expert there. And it leads to a great opportunity because local business owners, we've turned, we've hit the turning point or the tipping point where they used to need to be convinced that they need to do Facebook marketing. And how cool is this? Now they know. Now they know that they need to do it. And now they're frustrated because they don't know what the heck to do. So it's even easier now to get business than it was. I had to convince people that, why do I need this thing again? Why do I need likes? What? It was so advanced. It was so new. Now it's like, oh crap, I'm behind the eight ball. I don't know what I'm doing. I hired a company, I stunk at it, or I'm trying to do it and I don't like it, right? So now they already know they need to do it, and you go there. So I'm going to walk through, what to do when you're there in just a second. But another option is going to a local chamber of commerce meeting where you can network with other people. And so this is an easy way to get business fast. And then also networking with centers of influence. A center of influence is someone that can refer you business over and over and over. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that it doesn't take many centers of influence to be successful. When I first got started, I met a woman that sold merchant accounts to local businesses. The things where you swipe your credit card. Well, apparently they're in all businesses in local markets, right? And they have sales reps that have territories of hundreds of businesses, and they just go all day, 8 hours a day, walk in and out of businesses and building relationships with those business owners to make sure that those machines stay put. And so she was in the BNI, and she goes, oh yeah, she's like, I'm always talking with people about marketing and they're all confused about this Facebook thing. And I said, that's awesome. Can I, take you to get you a cup of coffee and just talk, and just want to learn about your business and network. And I couldn't afford lunch. So we got to know each other, and she said, oh my God, people would love you. Like they don't know what they're doing. So the next week I came into the BNI, and this woman had 7 referrals for me of local business owners that she told about and said, hey, can I have my guy Nick contact you? He does Facebook marketing and social media marketing. I said, sure. She came in and handed me these BNI referral slips, and one of them was a BMW dealership. And so by my second week in the business, I'm already working with a BMW dealership. It was crazy, right? And so the nice thing, the point of a center of influence is that you get one, And every single week, that woman gave me referrals. Crazy. Another one that's great for this industry is yellowbook.com representatives. Yellowbook.com, they build very low cost websites. They manage Google AdWords for local businesses. They're big, big, big heavy into servicing local businesses now. They've changed their model. Now, yellowbook.com rep, they get paid pretty well, and they do the same thing. They've got a territory, hundreds of business owners. Imagine if you took one of them to lunch. They don't do Facebook advertising. They don't do managing social media right now, right? They're not set up for it. So the nice thing is that what if you referred them Google AdWords clients or websites if you should find that someone needs it, and they referred you Facebook advertising or Facebook page work, right? So that's so key, and that's something that has always really helped to fuel the business. And there's also web designers are great for this. I love networking now. If I fast forward, I love networking with people that do search engine optimization. I've got a friend like Marie Andros that does video marketing, and so they're great synergy to pass business back and forth. And as far as I've got some great questions, guys, about how do you reward them. And the nice thing is that when you're in the local market like this, they don't do affiliate commissions. Like they don't do all that stuff. Like that's all kind of internet marketing. Kind of that's a whole like online world. These guys, they do it for relationship. You know what I mean? Like get to like genuinely give a shit, like care about them and know what their kids' names are and like literally take them out to a ball game or lunch or coffee. And most importantly, don't be one-sided. You know, the way to be the best and strongest networker is to give to them first. And that's what BNI teaches. And one of the best things, and literally one of the best lessons I've ever had in business or in life for that matter, has been BNI. It sounds crazy, but they taught me how to network and not be selfish. And when you're in that meeting and you've got 20 other people, you're actually relying on each other because that's the only way. Once you're in BNI, you get hooked on it. Like you don't advertise, you just have each other to help fuel each other's businesses. And it's so structured that if that's the only thing you do, you can be successful just by plunking down into a BNI meeting, right? So, but the big thing is they teach you how to be a really good networker, and it's to care about other people, and it's to genuinely try and find them business. And that's the best way to get your foot in the door, is to try and look for business for other people. So that's a big one. And then the great thing is you don't need to reward them. You reward them by a thank you and maybe like a handwritten card or things like that, and surprise them with stuff like that. But you don't need to do affiliate commissions, which is cool. All right, so elevator speech. So this is what's going to come up, and this is what's going to be your lethal weapon if you're brand new in the business or if you're seasoned in the business. And when someone asks, "What do you do?" and all you have to say is, "I help local business owners get ideal clients with my done-for-you Facebook advertising package." Boom. That's it. That's been battle tested. I've taught other people to do it, and it literally is it. So that would be something to jot down that and just trust me. If you just say that, no matter where you are, it's going to create curiosity. It's going to create conversation. And there's already so many things embedded in here. The fact of ideal clients are so much more fun because they typically are not price sensitive. It leads to better quality of life at work. And the hot button for local businesses is they're busy. They don't want to figure this stuff out. They don't want to learn how to do all this stuff. So when you say that, that with my done for you package, now you're speaking their language because now you get their problem. In marketing, if you can make your prospect believe that you know their problem as good or better than they do, then they're going to get goosebumps and want to hire you all day long, because that's the only thing that they care about is what's in it for me, and the only thing they care about is, do you understand my problem and can you solve it? And that's the thing, is where good marketing, it all stems from just being able to relate to them, that you understand their problem and that you can solve it for them. And that's why we're always, always, always just trying to make sure that we understand our customers, we know who they are, we know what their challenges and frustrations are, and then we address those. Address those in our copy, we address them in our language when we talk, and we create packages that cater to those. So it's very, very specific. That low, if I think of the Facebook marketing expert, you have two markets. You're either in the local market, which is a kind of its own unique animal, which is where I started too. And you do that, you cut your teeth, you learn the business, And then if you want to scale it up, you get to the national market. The national market is a little bit different. You target a little bit different on your ads. Um, and there's kind of different language for both. So the next thing is the 60-second commercial. And so what I'm going to do is pull that over just to give you guys a little framework for this. Um, and maybe you can screen capture this. Let me know, guys, if you can zoom in and see this well enough. But you can screen capture it. If it's big enough, you can blow up the screen a little bit. But the nice thing is, and if you email support at Life on Fire, if you want this document, just go ahead and just email them. We'll make sure we take care of it. But this is basically a template for how to do a good 60-second commercial. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but it's really key. I mean, if if you're trying, there's a lot of people that said yes, we want to know how to get clients. I mean, this is what's going to get you clients. So this is a framework that goes through the language, and you just fill it in. What I'm going to do is scroll down and just read you one that I've already proven that works very, very well. And so it'd go like this. It'd be like, picture me standing up at a BNI meeting. And when I did this, my heart would be racing. It never not raced. It was crazy. I used to I had one of the biggest fears of public speaking. I hated it. It drove me nuts. I stuttered, and I overcame it just by practicing and stuff. But I would stutter and shake and stand up and say, "Hey, how are you? My name is Nick Unsworth, and I'm a Facebook marketing expert with lifeonfire.com located in San Diego. I work with local business owners to help them acquire new customers. What makes me different from my competition is that I have a done for you service that is proven to get new customers and doesn't take up your valuable time. An example of this is when I work with Dr. Bill McAvoy, who's a local chiropractor. I was able to generate 7 new clients, 1,123 likes within the first 30 days. A good referral for me is a local chiropractor who is looking for more business that doesn't have time to figure out social media marketing on their own. So if you know of a chiropractor who could use more referrals, I would love an introduction, even if it's just a network. Thank you. So you can see how like compelling that is, because what's happening is that I'm addressing some of their challenges, I'm addressing what they want. Everything is built into this, right? So the done for you is built in there. The fact that I'm talking about, I've proven to get new customers for them. Now, when you have an example here, every week when you're at BNI, or if you're meeting with the same people week in and week out, I would just change my example. So if I had an example of, oh my God, guys, I just worked with the restaurant and I helped them get 3,000 new likes, and they got, they got 50 new patrons in a month, then I would share that story and then ask for restaurant owners. But the example that I would share is I would share that example because that week I was asking for referrals to chiropractors. If you just ask people to send you a referral, they're going to stare at you blank in the face and not know what to do. If you say, "Hey, what's up, Shane? Hey, listen, man. I'm kind of in a pinch. I really, I would like to pick up another, 2 clients this month, and what I'm looking for is an online business coach. Someone that coaches other entrepreneurs online. Someone that maybe has a blog or has an online presence. Who do you know?" Right? Because now he can sift through the files in his brain and think of someone that's in that profession or in that field. If I just say, "Hey, Shane, who needs Facebook advertising that you can send to me?" I mean, got it. It's too broad, right? So you drill down and you tell people what you're looking for. And, so whether you're doing this 60-second commercial or whether you're doing a referral contest, we're about actually to do a referral contest ourselves. And you can bet your ass we're going to drill down and we're going to make it very simple for people to refer people to us. We're going to tell them what we're looking for. We're going to tell them how they can physically refer someone to us, and we're going to do a contest. So anyone that refers someone over is going to enter to win something, and we're going to do a big raffle. And that's something where I had another client call today, or coaching call, and when you look at your business, if you are a Facebook marketing expert or a social media marketing expert, I said in the beginning that this was a highly referable business. Well, we get referrals without asking. So how nice does it get when you actually ask for help and you ask for those referrals and you make it fun with the contest, right? It really, really, really gets the business going fast. So in any time, if you're on the line right now and you already have clients, it's like you could just literally ask them for referrals and create new revenue. That's what I love about business. I mean, it's as easy as that. In our case, what we're going to do is we're going to just picture this for a moment. We're going to have a landing page at the top. It's going to be, the XYZ prize giveaway, have a video, be so that they can connect with us like face to face almost. You know what I mean? We're going to walk through in the video, going to explain what a good referral is for us, how to send one in, why we're doing this, and say, listen, we're trying to grow, our book of business, and this is how we grow. We love to work through referrals. It's and we really value you as a client. So we'd love if you know anyone that's like you, anyone that, and boom, then we start to explain what we're looking for. And then instead of leaving them hanging, we're say, listen, if you have a referral to send in, just send it in to support at Life on Fire. So that boom, we can have a salesperson follow up with them, and things like that. So create a process, but the referrals are key. Okay, cool. And then if I jump back to presentation here, networking at industry events, this is a big one. And the last time we did this webinar last week, I didn't spend any time on it. I don't know if we have any people that have been on both, but oh, and Susan, if you want the 60-second commercial template, just please, anyone that wants it, just email support at lifeonfire.com and we'll get it to you. If you mention it here, it's going to be challenging for us to keep track of like these questions and get back to you and stuff. So if you please just email, that'd be easy. Then we'll reply with it. Okay, so networking in industry events. This for me has been one of the biggest factors of success in the business. And here's why. I got my first 5-figure client within 90 days of being in the business that came from an event. That same client went on to become a 6-figure client with an annual contract. That same client then purchased my business for multiple 6 figures, which was crazy, right? All came from this one event. So if you have an event in an industry, then this is going to be one of the best places to meet people. And again, it comes down to your elevator speech and business cards. Simple as that. And then you have to follow up. So you want to go into an event with a purpose and a plan. You want to know who your centers of influence are, right? So you typically would want to go to an event where they're hanging out. So for me, in a great event to plunk my butt down in would be an internet marketing event, because I know that anyone else in the room is probably an SEO person or a web design person or a programmer, or they're a blogger, or they do this or they do that. Well, if I do Facebook marketing, talk about a good synergy with all those professions, right? So that was why I always wanted to hang out at internet marketing events. So I would know who they are, right? The more you pay to go to an event, the better the quality of the networking is, right? So Eben Pagan's event, I had to credit card and borrow $5,000 to be a part of this thing. And this was before, technically I paid it before I started this business. And I mean, I literally had to go there with protein powder in a sandwich bag. So when everyone would go eat lunch, I would sneak off to my room and I would mix a shake with warm water from the sink in the bathroom in a hotel. It was insane. But that's how hard up I was. I had a business that failed before this. No one knew it. We have people that are just getting started. They're in a tough financial spot. And the one thing that I got to say to you, I know not everyone's in that spot, but you have to also come across and and be confident. Even though inside I was like freaked out, didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I would want to like curl up in a ball, but at the same time, it was like, you know what? I couldn't let people see that. I had to be the person I wanted to be. You've got to step into where you want to be. And I thought of myself a year later. Like I literally visualized myself as being a guy that made it, and I just stepped into that. And so if you visualize that and you think about that, because we've got some people that that are brand new and they're hard up. And if people can smell that, and they think that you're hard up, or, they're not going to want to work with you. So you got to just kind of, you got to step up for that and just kind of shake it off. But basically taking pics with the speakers, I used to feel really cheesy doing this, but it leads to social proof. John Assaraf, New York Times bestselling author, became a client. Took a picture with him. I marketed the heck out of that. I'm so grateful to have John Assaraf as a client. I've loved reading all of his books over the past 3 years. You know what I mean? And then people would think, if he's good enough for John Assaraf, he's good enough for me, right? And it's positioning. Eben Pagan, same thing. Big time software, investor and major internet marketer, means built one of the most amazing online businesses. A lot of people don't even know this. He has a portfolio worth hundreds of millions of where he's an investor or partner in software companies. And they did the same thing. Moving your seats regularly, staying late, having drinks, connecting on Facebook with everybody. If you're a Facebook marketing expert, just add them as friends afterwards, connect with them. And then your goal is all these people that you're meeting in the local market, people that you're meeting at an event like this, your mission is to just bring them back to a 30-minute consultation. That's it. That's your only mission. That's your only job. And still to this day, that's what we do a lot of times. And and so we'll run a webinar. We'll be at events, and whether it's Shane, Ryan, myself, or even Ryan Dewey or Nicole, we do a 30-minute consultation, and then we just try and show off. We paint them a picture of the strategy, and we try and tell them everything. We try and tell them your targeting. We try and tell them how to run the ad, how to make sure it's mobile, trying to give them those little details so that by the end of that call, they're impressed, there's trust, and they look at it and they know that they could go do it themselves because you just told them what to do. They know that you just gave them the strategy and they're grateful. But then they always come back and say, well, man, I'm really busy. How much for you to just do that for me? And then that's when we go into and we explain, what we offer in our done for you packages. And it works every time. It works in the local market, works in the national market. And when I say every time, I did not mean every. It's not literally every time, but the conversion rates are very, very good. Better than I've seen in many other industries. I mean, it's fun because you add value, and it's not even like selling. You're actually helping them buy at that point. And if it's not for them, then no big deal. You just shrug it off and go to the next one. So what I'm going to do is pop up the actual questions for the 30-minute consultation. And basically, the questions here, this just kind of walks through how to go through and actually deliver this. And basically, the questions on this is, you need to get them talking about their business. And what's crazy is that every time I do this, nobody has clarity on who their customers are, right? And if I say, so who's your ideal customer? And it ends up with like, well, entrepreneurs or small business owners. Like, what? Like, that's so broad. Like, that's everybody. Entrepreneurs or small business owners, you just named like 50% of the world population. You know what I mean? So it's too broad. And, to be successful, it's like, do you want to be a general practicing doctor, which, hey, they make good money? Or do you want to be a specialist? And a specialist makes way more money because they are specializing in an area. They're a cardiologist, they're a surgeon, they're a brain surgeon, right? There's area of focus, and when there's focus, there's money, and there's usually better job security, and there's always better branding and better positioning and all these other good things. So I love when I do coaching with someone is that we always end up starting with their ideal customer because they never ever know. And it's okay. I was the same way too, but you've got to focus on it. And so when you're talking with the client, tell me about your ideal client, your ideal customer, what are their challenges and frustrations, and what are their problems, and how does your product or service solve them? So you kind of go through these things, and then it builds up and builds up to the point where you start talking about, so how are you currently getting business, and what are you doing with Facebook marketing? And then usually their responses are either, I tried it and I stink at it, or or they're not doing it at all, but they know that they need to. And then you kind of just turn into start doing questions like, how much time do you have to devote to it? Well, I only have like maybe like an hour a week, and it's like, will you be handling it or doing it yourself, or would you be outsourcing it to someone in your office? And then when they say these things, at the end of the day, you're able to understand what do they want, and you're not selling, right? You're just still asking questions. And then, as you go through this, you say, all right, cool, I've got enough information, and here's, it says right here, are you interested to hear my Facebook marketing strategy for your business? And what ends up happening is that when you explain that they need a lead magnet, right? So a lead magnet is something like this. A lead magnet is a website page, or it could be a Facebook tab version. So now what I'm describing now is I'm shifting gears a little bit. I'm going to be talking about what a lead magnet is, which is how to build a Facebook marketing funnel. But at the same time, this is what you explain on a 30-minute consultation, because people, like, we're all probably experts on here. You know, a lot of us have been on a lot of webinars. We know a lot about internet marketing. We're further ahead than most. You talk about this stuff in the local market, and they still don't know what a Facebook business page is. They still don't have a clue what the difference between a like and a friend is, right? So we get stuck in this mode of like thinking that these people are like ninjas and they know everything, and they don't. They don't know anything, right? So when you just explain this stuff to them, it blows their mind, right? So you know, this is a Facebook, this is a lead magnet, is how we refer to it. And all this is something that's free of value, right? Or whether it's this one or whether it's this one. Okay, so this is a webinar that we did called Facebook Ads A to Z, right? So discover how to leverage Facebook to get likes, leads, and new customers in 20 days. Cool, right? So all it is a webinar that we did, and they entered their information. See here, referred by. That's awesome. We always get referrals on even on these landing pages too. It's just free leads. And then it's very clear, very basic. Think of this as like an invitation. Who is this for? Call out your ideal market. What you're going to learn. What is the benefit or what's in it for me to show up? And then who are the speakers? It was me and Shane. And then what we did too is this is a really cool addition where if you have a couple of tangible prizes, if you have any prizes, it's just for if you show up live, you're going to automatically be entered in to win some of these prizes. And when you do that, we always have way higher attendance. We did not do this on this one, and you know, instead of getting 25% show up rates, I mean, we're or 25 to 30%, we're way lower on this one. So we've clearly proven that we need the prizes back. You know, so all this does is this is a Facebook marketing funnel with a lead magnet. My goal here is to add value on a webinar, teach something. If they look at it and say, "Man, this was cool. I learned how to get clients, or I learned how to run ads," then at the end you can either sell nothing and maybe ask for like a review or a testimonial or something like that, or um, maybe move them to a 30-minute consultation, which is a great way to do it because you're not selling anything, right? So your sale is happening later. Or you can sell directly live at the end of the webinar, right? It happens all the time. That's a big part of our business. So I'm describing this because this right here is a lead magnet, and this is exactly what you're describing to them for their business. So if it's a mortgage company, you're saying, all right, picture this. Here's what we're gonna do, Kate. We're going to make what we call a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that we can use to advertise on Facebook to attract your perfect clients. We're not talking the tire kickers that are price sensitive on rate and the ones that are going to drive your inside sales team crazy. We want to attract the first time home buyers who you have told me about above in these other questions. That is exactly what you're looking for. The ones that are looking to buy a house within 3 to 6 months. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do this thing what's called a lead magnet. So lead magnet, all that is we're gonna give them something of value so that we build rapport and trust, because we can't just run an ad on Facebook and ask for someone, hey, can we do a loan for you? It just doesn't work. It flat out just doesn't work. If you go direct from an ad to a sale, you're toast, period. So they don't know that, right? So you never want to run ad to just sale because you're never going to convert. So instead we go ad to lead magnet, which adds value, and that creates a funnel. So now what we're doing, guess what? We're going to create this thing called the McHugh Mortgage Home Buyers Handbook. We're now going to run the ad. We're going to target women that are 21 to 29 that live in Connecticut, which is where you write your business. And the ad is going to say, congratulations on being engaged. Oh, because I forgot to mention that on Facebook advertising, we can target people that are engaged. How cool is that? And the ad's going to say, congratulations on being engaged. When you're ready to take the next step, when you're ready to take the next step and buy a home, please be sure to download the McHugh Mortgage Home Buyers Handbook. We'll help you out, right? So that adds value. So first of all, the targeting on that is ridiculous. It's exactly who that company is looking for. So now you've opened up their eyes. They're like, are you kidding me? I didn't even know we could do that. And then from there, they're blown away. And then you're now telling them about this lead magnet. And then you just tell them that, wouldn't it be nice to have an email list that you can remarket to over and over and over? What are you doing with email marketing? Oh my God, we stink at it. Well, great. Well, by doing this, we're going to run those ads. We're going to take those targeted prospects. We're going to help you build this thing that we call a Facebook marketing funnel. So the lead magnet's at the top. That's the wide mouth part of the funnel. We're going to bring in all these leads, and we're going to nurture them. And we're going to nurture them over time. And I want to warn you, in this case, because they're engaged and they're going to be getting married and buying a house, this may not happen overnight. But you give me, 3 months, 6 months, we're going to show you a trend line that's going to blow your mind with all the new clients that you're going to bring in, because it all revolves around doing a good job for them, adding value with this handbook. So basically, they came in, they downloaded the handbook, and imagine if this page was, in their branding in the handbook, and they're opting in to getting it and all that good stuff. And so they got the handbook, and then what ends up happening is that they use the handbook, and now that customer, that first time home buyer, the woman that's engaged and getting married, anyone that's engaged and you're a first time home buyer, that's on your mind. You know you're going to get engaged, you're going to get a house. And people often start looking before they're even married, right? So the handbook was highly downloaded, it was opened up a lot, and guess what? The handbook was friggin' great. So when that person was ready to take that next step, which is what the ad said, and because they got nurtured for every single week, week after week, with a very simple ongoing campaign, when it came time for them to make that decision, who do you think that they're going to call? I don't know why my brain just instantly shouted out Ghostbusters. I don't know what's wrong with me. But so they're not going to call the Ghostbusters. They're going to call McHugh Mortgage, right? And so what ends up happening is now they're getting inbound leads from this Facebook ads. And the beautiful thing is that that only creates business and creates deals right then and there, but they can take those leads and now they can give them to a realtor, because every homeowner needs a realtor, right? And realtors typically hate mortgage brokers because they're always asking for business. And just like I mentioned before with BNI, imagine if you can give first. Imagine being a loan officer and going to the top producing realtor in your town and saying, "Hey, what's up, dude? I've got 3 clients that I'd like to refer to you. Would you mind if we do lunch?" Is that realtor going to are you going to do lunch with that realtor? Of course you are, right? So we not only got them leads, but we turn those leads and we use them to help them get centers of influence, right? And we turn that all into a major revenue item for them. We train them how to run the ads. They're self-sufficient. This is kicking the pants off of, billboards and TV and all this other garbage that was going on. And it was as simple as that. So I've only been talking about this for like 5 minutes, but can you see how I just painted a picture of a lead magnet? And the nice thing is that every single client, it's the exact same thing. It's what can you position that's of value, and you could give them, that gets their email address, which builds a list that you can nurture to then get the deal, right? So it's the same. So people always look at me and say, well, what if it's a different business, or what if it's this or that? If you hear me do 30-minute consultations, every single business comes back to the exact same strategy: lead magnet, ad, boom, right? You just change the language for each individual business. So that's how to do a 30-minute consultation, and that's how to convert. And that right there is money to get customers. And that is one of the biggest things. So with that right there, if you guys, anyone that reaches out to support at Life and Fire that wants this too, just mention, just ask for this thing and the other one. Is that cool? So I know I've been talking, I've been on a little bit of a rampage. Give me a 1 to 10, 10 being I got it, you're digging it, 1 being all right, let's change topic, let's talk about something else. Which we're gonna talk about something else anyway, but I guess I'm just curious. See how many people we got following along. All right, cool. Got it. Fired up. All right, sweet. Honey May. Come on, is that really your name? I love it. All right, so moving on. So I'm going to finish on a couple other things here. Let's talk about how to close the sale. So closing the sale. This is what we use. This is an example of an advertising proposal. You can see how basic this is. It's actually been called elementary before. And again, the reason is because it's simple. There's no fancy language, there's no fancy design. It's a Word document that we turn into a PDF and we use it. So when we sell our done for you Facebook advertising, keep it very simple. Our deliverables is we, we basically set up their campaigns. We do competitive research. We help on their targeting. We help them set up their ads. We do up to 4 campaigns per week. The client pays the budgets. We do a weekly one-on-one coaching call. We're going to start mentioning that, making sure that the expectation is clear that we do not do anything with email coaching or anything like that. It's 1 session per week. If they want extra, we're going to start charging for it, because it doesn't, you can't let a client own you, and they want to suck the life out of you, and you've got to manage them very tightly, because they'll call you at night, they'll do this and that, and we've got to make sure we keep it really professional and strict, very strict timeline to time. And I had a client today that said, Nick, I was going to reach out to you, but I just realized that you're on back-to-back, coaching calls. And it's like, yeah, man, because we're, you know, that sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to, you got to make sure we can't, it's like Shane said today, he's booking out a week in advance. He can't just stop what he's doing and pick up the phone for someone else now because the guy's, in high demand. So other than that, we're going to help them with their Facebook marketing funnel strategy. So we also throw in custom design for that page I just showed you right here, and we throw in the design for that. We throw in, make sure it's mobile ready, and we give them recommendations on the video script and some of these things. So we charge $7,500 up front. You can break it up into 2 payments, and then we charge $2,000 a month afterwards to maintain it, to optimize it, and to continue to run it for them. And we've got a really good track record so far. We're doing it with different industries. What I would highly recommend is, again, back to the specialization. If you go wide with all different types of industries, it's going to be brutal. That's why when I've got a guy, technically a client and friend, coworker even at times, Johan Wallen. He was heading up Facebook marketing for insurance agents, and he could handle hundreds of them because it was all the same stuff. With what we're doing with Shane, and we've got all these bigger clients, we're getting into health and wellness. We've got a huge, almost, they're going to be $1 billion company soon, and that might turn into Ryan Skelly being his type of clients, in health and wellness, because specialization is key, and then you can streamline things. Oh, all right. So with this right here, so this is now the part where I want to explain how to get larger national clients. So this is basically Facebook ads A to Z. This is a webinar that we did, and this is the page that I was just showing you guys. And I'm going to walk through the targeting on it for you too, so that you got some tangible, like something that you can implement on your own as well. And this is really, kind of, this is definitely kind of shown behind. I love Shane says, going, under the kimono or whatever, or behind the curtain, if you will. But I mean, this is how we get clients. I mean, we're literally giving you exactly how we get clients. So on one hand, it's like, man, are you crazy? You're teaching how you guys are doing it. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is what I'm sharing right now, whether I don't know how it comes across as like how valuable it is, but this is literally what has built a multiple 6-figure, damn near close to a 7-figure business. And this is exactly it. So I just hope that you guys hope you dig. But so from this
That's
one,
opening up your kimono.
opening up the kimono.
Showing them everything.
Showing it all, showing it all. So this one right here, it's very fresh and relevant and recent. And we spent 8,712 on ads. We did 81 units directly from ads. We did more than that from email list and other things that we had as assets before. But our overwhelming majority of our sales became from fresh new ads. So again, it's just key that boom, we can just snap our fingers and run a campaign like this. So we also, the point of this is that when you run a webinar about Facebook ads, the offshoot is branding. The offshoot is your authority building, right? So Shane, Ryan, myself, like now we're putting all 3 of our mugs, on the landing pages for these things. And guess what? All 3 of our businesses are going to continue to elevate because people are seeing us as experts for this stuff. Now, the cool thing is that we taught how to set up and run Facebook ads. And we sold a group coaching program called the 20-Day Challenge, and that totally kicked butt. And we taught how to build a marketing funnel, and it was really, really awesome. I mean, we got, sometimes when people buy info products, there's a very low show up rate. We have the majority of people not only buy it, stick with it, do it, get results, and love us for it. So I mean, it's super fun. We love it. So we got awesome results with that. But the offshoot is that when you're running an ad or a webinar about Facebook ads and you're showing someone how to do it, you're adding value for them. Well, guess what? They're going to come back to you and say, you know what? I don't want to learn it all myself. I just now realize that you guys are it. You guys know what you're doing. I now trust you. So how do you just do it for me? And they came to us. So imagine those sales calls. I mean, this is what was fun. We had, a handful of clients that came back, and this is where we're not selling, and now we're in this luxury position where we can Brian and Shane and I, we have like a criteria now. I mean, we have to turn clients down, and as soon as you have that positioning and they know that, then they want you more and more and more, and you end up on a waiting list. And imagine if you and your business was on a waiting list, right? And there's only so much time in the day, so it doesn't take you years to get there, right? You could run one webinar and literally be maxed out, right? If you got ran one webinar and got 5 clients at 2 grand a month, boom, there's you're on pace for a 6-figure business, right? So it doesn't need to take forever. I'm not saying this is easy. It can be hard work, but um, the other thing is that, we built our email list. You have the foundation for any business is a good sustainable email list. In the opt-ins, we had lots of different campaigns, but the best was, 217. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zip through real quick and just show a high level overview of the ads. So the purpose of this webinar was really about how do you get clients, how do you get into this business, how do you build this business. We're not doing a major deep dive on the ads. We've done that, and we actually have replays. If you guys want a deep dive on the Power Editor, awesome. Again, support at Life on Fire and say, hey, say that you want the Facebook ads A to Z replay. Actually, I could probably give it to you right here. com/Facebook ads AZ. I'll put this in the chat box. If you guys want to learn the nitty gritty deep dive on ads, you can check it out here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll put it in the chat box. Okay, cool. Okay, sweet. And then also we have one about contests too. So that should be cool. So this is going to be a little bit more high level on the ads, and because it can get really nitty gritty, because it can be very advanced. So basically what I'm going to do here is when you're building your ads, you want to build your ads inside the Power Editor. And the main reason for that is you want to make sure that it's being displayed. This is the big one right here on Newsfeed for desktop and mobile devices. This is the big moneymaker right here. So I'm going to walk through a couple things, and just so that you can see how we're doing this, how we're targeting. And this is, again, you are inside my kimono right now. And so here's what's cool is
10 people just dropped off the call.
Oh man, yeah, literally. We just, yeah, man, well, I guess too personal here. But here's the thing. So we've got the ad. So this is a promoted post, right? So it's a promoted post, and we're targeting 440,000 people who live in English-speaking countries: United States, New Zealand, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, 21 and older. And notice the targeting: people that like. These are the precise interest. People that like Mari Smith, Social Media Examiner, Amy Porterfield, Gary Vaynerchuk, Get 10,000 Fans, Marie Andros, Mara Glazer, and the Nick Unsworth page. One of the most overlooked things to do in precise interest is to advertise to your own page, because you're trying to get a high click-through rate, which is a response. You're trying to get people to interact with the ad, and you definitely want to make sure that people that you already know are interacting with your ad, because this is going to help drive that up. So basically, that is the targeting, and along with some of these other people down here. And the big thing is that this is, let me just show preview real quick.
The other thing about that too is that I find a lot of people won't advertise to their own fans because they think their own fans will see it on the natural post that gets placed on your page. But that's not actually the case, because with EdgeRank, not all of your fans will see that post, right?
Awesome point. Imagine that. Like this is a status update that Shane made on the Nick Unsworth page. This thing goes out. The Nick Unsworth page has like 48,000 fans, and naturally, maybe 5,000 of them see it. Not probably, most likely even less, and less because
typically 10 to 15% organically.
Yeah, I mean 10 to 15%. Like how crazy is that, right? And so you have to advertise to your own fans, right? So look at the copy. Look how conversational this is. Holy moly, the live stream crushed. We got such great feedback that we're going to do the training again. To register, go here. Notice the arrows. Like this is very simple, fun, easy copy. And this is you got to figure that they're on their phone or they're on their computer, and this photo comes across their desk or across their newsfeed. It's fun. It's engaging. We're smiling, right? and the copy is very, very conversational. It's like being their buddy, and that's what you want to do. You want to just be friendly. It's good guy marketing, we call it. And so you got people that are interacting, and this becomes a living, breathing thing. Your ad is interacting, right? You had Mari Smith chiming in here and stuff. I mean, it's great. And we're targeting Mari's fans, and here she is chiming in. I mean, this is perfect. So, um, this is one of the things that makes advertising different right now. Is instead of it being a right hand ad, you want it to be a promoted post. So if we're going to break this down into big bucket tips, it's number one, status update with a photo is key. So making sure that you're going into the Power Editor and making sure that it adds to mobile is key. And conversational copy in here that's directing them to where you want to go is key. Other than that, if I were to just jump back to, this is another one. This is where, I mean, we had 4,000 video plays on this thing, and we did the exact same targeting. You can see how easy this is. Same targeting. If I click over here, I'll just show you guys a preview of the ad, and um, it brought people to a video. So I spent a couple bucks. I had a video guy edit this thing, which is really smart because it just changes your positioning and it makes you look better. And again, conversational copy, driving people to the link. 185 people shared it, right? We had 805 likes. I mean, this was awesome. I mean, this is where we put a bulk of our budget. And, again, the results came back where we just ran these ads to this page, to this page, and did this kind of revenue, right? So that's so key. So that's the funnel in a nutshell. That's by running a webinar like that, you're adding value. That is your lead magnet. That's your marketing funnel. That's how you attract the higher paying clients. I've also done a campaign where I just targeted chief marketing officers. That's a story. When I first got in the business, I got my first speaking gig. And I started getting my first clients that way. So it can be easy when you just dive in and take the action. Quick tip as far as your time trade, as far as like how to schedule the 30-minute consults. Again, simple is key. You go to timetrade.com, you can get an account. I think they might have a free trial, but basically, at the end of your webinar, you could make a 30-minute consultation your call to action. You could tell people about them and position them in your local market to create those conversions, because it can be hard to just sell someone like on the fly, like at a networking meeting. You don't really want to do that. You want to take them to the call, go through the questionnaire like I talked about, and then you can add value for them. Then they're going to want to hire you instead of you selling. I freaking hate selling. So you want to make them want to buy. Getting anchor clients, this is another little tidbit. This is one of the biggest reasons my business moves really fast. And this is the coolest thing about Shane and Ryan, is they're getting more and more influential clients. You're seeing them take off and crush, and it's because of anchor clients. So when you go out and you get a client that is a big name in your local market, or they're a big name in your niche. Now, outside of my little internet marketing niche, no one knows who Frank Kern and Eben Pagan are, right? But inside of that little bubble, everyone knows who they are. So I looked at it and said, who can I work with that's going to really help me move the business? So I reached out to them. I just sent them a message. You can reach out to anyone on Twitter, on Facebook, and trust me, if you reach out and you do a good job telling them what you can do for them and you're not being selfish, they'll respond. And all I said is, hey man, I see 7 different ways I can help you out on your Facebook page. And I normally charge $7,500 for this stuff. I want to give you 30 days of my life. I want to crush this with you. Why? Because you're Frank Kern. If I do a good job for you, all I want is a testimonial. What do you think? Game on. What are the 7 things? Hopped on a call with them and boom. It was, a matter of a week, so that's key. So you want to get the right clients and, get those clients, and then you want to position yourselves with them. And if it's a local business, there's always that local restaurant that everyone loves. And it's like, my client includes, Grant's Steakhouse, and people think you're awesome for that, right? So get that anchor client. People are going to love you for it. Boom. So that is any questions on anchor clients or any of this stuff? I know I'm kind of going fast. I'm running a little bit long. I told you I wasn't going to run too long. Okay. Awesome. 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 And we do have Mr. Ryan Dewey on here too, who needs to be an organizer. Okay. Sweet. All right. So at this point, basically what I'd like to do is, my whole thing is my goal was to teach you, how to get clients, teach you our funnel that we've used that works really well. We've kind of brought you underneath the kimono, and we lost a couple people as soon as that happened. I apologize. And so now the next thing from here is that, this is not going to be a big crazy, crazy old, sales pitch. This is something where, um, when we did this last week, we had a lot of people that were piping up and saying, dude, how do we get more of this? How do we work together? And what I'm most excited about is that we have a really bomb community of other entrepreneurs. And so it was really fun today. I was doing these like 30-minute calls with a bunch of new clients. And, they are, when you're getting into this business, confidence is one of the most important elements of being a Facebook marketing expert. And a lot of times you're like, oh, I don't know if I could handle like this big client, or I'm worried if I'm good enough to deliver the services to them. These are some of the fears that come up in this business, and I trudged through it and I just kind of like did it alone. And, I was outside my comfort zone all the time. It was challenging, right? But it can be done. It's not that big of a deal. Um, but being able to collaborate and to work with other people, and as you go out and get clients, to bring them back in and we can talk about them as a group, and we can help you deliver those services and get results so that you get referrals. We just realized that is a remarkable service. And so when we did a call like this last week, we had a lot of people that were asking, all right, so like, how do we work together? How do we do more? I've got a big deal. I want to refer it over to you guys. So what we did was, and I'll share with you guys what we have coming up. And, if it makes sense, awesome. If not, then no worries. You got all of our secrets as it was. So the big thing is that you can do this stuff yourself, and we just taught kind of our model. I gave you my recipe for 30-minute consultation, how to get clients, and then how to do the webinar, and even gave you our targeting. So you got that. So you got all of our stuff. Or you can, option B is hire us to do it with you. And if you want us to do it with you, I'm going to share with you guys. This is nothing, not a big crazy thing. It's just going to, walk you through the community that we're building, what we've got going on, and we've got lots of live sessions coming up, and we've got like a ridiculously crazy special offer for you guys and special deal. So basically what we have today is we got a very, very special, unique offer, and this is not something that we're going to have around for a while because we are delivering it live. And that's what I love about live, is that live comes and it goes. And we did a 20-day challenge before, and we crushed it. We had over 100 entrepreneurs. We've got tons of video testimonials and success stories. And, it was so good that we wanted to run it back and do it again. But the great thing is that the sole focus of this one is not just about building a Facebook marketing funnel and a lead magnet. The focus is how you can take your business as a Facebook marketing expert and get it to the next level, get clients, and then how to deliver services and deliver advertising services to those clients. And so what's cool about that is that, we're going to have people, we're going to be opening up the lines. We're going to have people that get literally during our program are going to be getting new clients and then saying, oh my God, I got one. What do I do with it? And we're going to help them. We're going to troubleshoot it right there on the line. And why do I know that? Because we just opened this program up last week, and we already have a ton of people involved. And I did a whole bunch of calls today, and it's already happening. So people have taken what we did and told them to go to BNI, and I've already literally had someone on my coaching call today that did it. And they're like, what do I do with this client? So I'm like, hey, dude, just wait till Friday. We're going to teach you on Friday. So basically what we have for you guys is, it's called the 20-day challenge, and it's how to be a six-figure Facebook marketer with recurring income and amazing lifestyle. And that is our mission, is that this is not, this is not, our mission is not to go into this business to work our lives away and to hate our lives and hate our work. I mean, whole point of this is, this to me is a better option than for me to go in the corporate market, corporate environment. This to me is a better option than any other entrepreneurial business I've ever had. And this business completely changed my entire life. This is pretty much, I think, one of the best business opportunities I've ever seen because of the timing with Facebook and how well it's working. I do think, I mean, the marketing online and being an expert is always going to be, there's job security here, because whether we're running ads on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest, if the market ever changes, then guess what? We're going to change together, and we're going to market on what works. But this is just an amazing opportunity to hop in on Facebook marketing now. And so basically what we're doing is we're giving away. Here's what we've got. Starting on Friday, we've got 10 live virtual group coaching sessions. The first one is the Facebook Marketing Fast Track, and we're going to talk through just everything you need to know to get up to speed with the fundamentals and lay the foundation so that you can just crank right from the beginning. Session number 2 is how to find and target your ideal customers on Facebook. This again is one of the most important aspects, is because it's not just about knowing who your ideal customers are and picking a niche, but you need to pick a niche that can be found on Facebook. If you pick a niche because you love the niche or you love the vertical, but you can't market to them effectively on Facebook, then you're dead in the water. So we're going to teach you how to discover and how to find and how to target the right customers to be successful. Session 3 is how to set up a high converting Facebook marketing funnel, which is key. That's with the lead magnet. We've got guys like Shane on here who, talk through how to create copy and headlines and benefit statements, all that good stuff, so that it converts. And these guys are running, at this point, 6 figures regularly of ad budget through the system. So they're seeing a lot of what's working. How to set up your first Facebook advertising campaign. Cool thing is that you can do this for yourself to attract clients, or if you're already in the business, you can set up in a campaign like this for your client, for their clients, or your clients. So if you have a client and you just sold them and it's $2,000 a month, then you can use this to work on theirs if you'd like. We can help you with that. 5 is how to run a like campaign. So if you're, it's crazy for a local business, if you get them a few thousand likes, they go crazy. That's the first thing they talk about when you get on the phone with them. And targeted likes, not fake ones, not dummy profiles, really good targeted likes for, pennies a piece. And this is a really big factor. It creates social proof, and it's a big part of a good advertising strategy. And that we're we're masters at that too. And we'll teach you exactly what that campaign looks like. Number 6, how to optimize promoted posts. This is, what we just showed you guys. We gave you our target and we gave you all the different things. We do a lot of split testing. We'll show you how to track those ads, whether it's on conversion pixels or with affiliate programs, but teach you how to do that stuff. Ryan Skelly, who is a ninja with really cool advanced things like, the email upload strategy and scraping page IDs and remarketing and stuff. And this is very advanced stuff that is very innovative, even at large advertising agencies. We're going to share with you that stuff, how to attract high paying Facebook ad clients, how to sell them, and then how to manage those new clients and manage your expectations, how to set the regular calls with them, literally how to deliver this stuff. And so we're going to walk through all that. And what's big about this is that it's when we're delivering all this live, it's the interaction of teaching and then being able to answer questions and being able to open up the lines and do hot seats and be able to come back and be like, hey, so I did what you said and now I'm here and how do I get past this part? So it's the collaborative piece is what really, really helps to keep everything moving along and keep things going strong. Other thing, this is huge. This makes this different than any other program you've probably seen, is that we're actually going to throw in custom design, and they're going to code and build out the website for you. So I've found that for myself and for many other people that get in this industry, it's the tech stuff that gets people bogged down. So we're going to do that for you. This is our, I don't want to call it done for you because you have to still tell them what to make, but we're going to have them do the custom graphic design. They're going to code it. They're going to make a mobile responsive website page and a Facebook landing page in your design. If you don't even have a brand, the cool thing is you can tell them brands that you like and they'll actually make the design for you. So it's completely custom. Very, very cool stuff. And so what I mean by that is that would be making a page like this, right? Or a Facebook tab that looks like this, right? So they're going to design this stuff for you and they're going to make the page. They'll host it themselves, or if you prefer, they can host it on your website page, but that's your choice. So this is key. So this is going to get you in business. So if you want to use, the stuff that we're teaching and use our webinars and stuff, then you can do that. But this right here, if you go to like a local market, local graphic designer, you're talking like $1,500 for this. And this is an actual, when we put this thing together, this is an invoice, a local company out here in San Diego, that this is what they charge, right? So what's really cool about that is that this is included with the price for you guys. Another big thing is we're going to give you guys private label rights, templates, copy, contest rules, all the stuff so that you can be successful in the industry. So we're going to give you our Facebook ads A to Z actual PowerPoint that you can use You have the private label rights to it. You can edit it. You can add your photo to it, your branding, but you can completely use that so that you can use it to attract clients on your own. And the nice thing is that we also have the replays. I put the replay in the chat box. You can hear what we did, how we sold, how we did it. And we're also going to give you the 30-minute consultation questions. But in addition to that, um, I've got an actual recording of working with clients and then selling the clients on the packages. So you can actually hear how we do it for training purposes. We even have examples of client calls. So what happens on call number 1, what happens on call number 2, and we have examples of how to manage that relationship. We've got supplier relationships. So one of the things is that we always recommend when you're selling anything that you throw in the graphic design, because obviously the graphic design sweetens up this offer dramatically because it has such a high value. I mean, it's literally 1,500 bucks of value. So we have you do this with your clients too, and it really helps increase your conversions. And the cool thing too is that you've got everything that you'll need to be successful. You can also, if you're part of our family and part of our community, you can partner with us. So if you guys have a particular deal that's either too big or you're not comfortable, you can send it up. If it's a name brand national client or something, we'll evaluate it. If it makes sense for us too, we can partner on it and share commissions. Now, I can't promise we'll have to do this with everyone because we're becoming picky. But the nice thing is that we're also at a point where Shane and Ryan, these guys are only dealing with big deals. We get tons of inquiries, and these are leads that we're not working now. So we want that to stay in house. We've got other people a part of the community. I've got a woman, Brenda, who just signed up for this, who I had a call with her today, and Brenda for 97 bucks creates 2 status updates a copy for a company in a really good high value. And it's like, man, like that's such a great service for some of our members. So we really encourage you guys to network and to work together too. And that ties into our Facebook group. So for the duration of this challenge, and the challenge is how to get and acquire customers and how to get this Facebook marketing business off the ground. And so basically, we've got the Facebook group, and you can network with other people. It's really meant to be a place where people find it to be inspirational. After every session, we have people sharing their aha moments from it. When people go out and get a new client or something awesome happens, they share that, because at the end of the day, when all this positivity is going around, it really can help you propel you and create some accountability. We do goal setting as well, and if you guys that join us tonight, you'll be seeing what we do with our goal setting as well. We've got Triple Your Fans, which is video training. This is how to get fans at breakneck speed. The thing is pretty badass. And you'll also get um, our 10 recorded sessions from the last time we did the 20-day challenge live. And you can see how crazy it was, how amazing it was. We have people that joined last week that have already taken advantage of this, which is really cool. And so if you add everything up, you've got the 10 live virtual group coaching sessions, 4,997 value. You've got the done for you custom design, 1,500. The PLR rights, the PowerPoint templates, and all the copy, 997. Private Facebook group, priceless. Kind of hard to put a value on relationships. Triple Your Fans video training, 197. The 20-day challenge that we are currently selling for 1,997 on the website. And we're also going to throw in a complimentary ticket to our November 1st event in San Diego. That is going to be crazy. We're going to have some really awesome entrepreneurs in town for networking. We're going to have a really high impact training at that event too, in person. We're going to definitely have a lot of fun too. Total value is 9,785. And I love asking this question. If you type in the question in the chat box, how much would you pay for this, or how much do you think that this costs? And I love seeing the answers to this because it's across the board. I've seen people say 9,000. Okay, cool. So we've got, all right, so 2,000, 3,500. Okay, cool. Some people say 200 bucks. I mean, yeah.
You guys, it's Shane here. Don't worry.
Hey,
I think Nick's headset just got
I
ran out of
was
battery.
so shocked with all the answers there. I fell off my chair.
Oh, did you? You didn't fall out the window, did you?
Someone said 15 grand, and I fell off the chair. um, but yeah, so I mean that's
15
the thing.
grand, is that all?
Yeah, and so the big thing is that with this thing, I mean, I've used it to build a six-figure business. I've sold a business for a little over $500,000, and the most exciting thing for me, and I think for others, is that it's not just about um, building the business; it's about our ability to teach other people how they too can build a business and to be able to see their lives change as we go through it, which is awesome. So we have a very special price for you guys. So it is drum roll, drum roll. You can bring us on today for all this live coaching for only $997. So we've made it like a really, really juicy, deal for this for you guys. It's all live, includes the done for you graphic design, and we'll work with you. So we've got 10 sessions over the course of 20 days that happens pretty fast. And it starts on Friday on October 4th, and we're going to do this stuff together. So we're going to walk through how to get clients. We're going to teach you very detailed how to be very skilled at running ads that can serve you down the road for anything that you do. And we're going to teach you how to deliver for your clients. And the whole purpose is, if you can get 5 clients paying 2 grand a month, there's a six-figure business right off the bat. Now, again, this is definitely, we call it the 20-day challenge because it's work, and it's not something that you buy and you just kind of sit on the shelf. Like we want the people that are going to take action and kick ass with this thing. We want people that are working with that are going to work with us. They're going to show up and take action. So that's what I don't know. A lot of feedback that we get is that what makes us different is that we truly care about creating success stories. Like we have no desire to just knock in a bunch of money. Our desire is to help you truly become successful with this. So that's our criteria is that you've got to be hungry and motivated to want to make this work. And if you are, then oh my God, and I mean, this business is so easy when you know what to do, and it's easy to get clients, and we've done it over and over and over again, and we can help you too. So here's the deal. All you have to do is I'm going to offer up for you guys the ability to get a one-on-one 30-minute consultation with me. And for you guys that don't know me that well, 30 minutes doesn't sound that crazy, but in 30 minutes I can nail down a strategy for your business. I've done it over and over on live sessions. This is all I do. I did, I think, 12 or 14 of these things today, and people, within 30 minutes, I can zoom in on what's wrong with your business or with your mindset. I can drill down on what you need to do, and I can give you a 3-step plan on what you need to do within the next 30 days. In this case, 20 days. And it's kind of like when you have a coach or you have someone pushing you, shit gets done, right? So that's it, when it comes to having the coaching plus this program, with all the live sessions and then being able to tap into guys like Shane and Ryan Skelly, it's an awesome combo. So basically, for you guys to jump on tonight, that is for the first few people that do that. We're going to throw that in, and that is for fast action. And why do we do that? It's because fast action, we want to reward people that are taking fast action. Because if you make a fast decision, you're most likely going to be successful with this business, because success loves speed, and being an efficient business owner means making fast decisions. And that's the thing, is that if you know what's right for you, you can feel it in your gut, then grab your credit card, be one of the first 20, hop on board, and we'll help you crush this business. And I'll personally hop on the line with you for 30 minutes. Odds are it'll probably be for next week, so I'm pretty booked up this week, and we'll hop on next week or anytime you choose, and we'll help you get that breakthrough and get to the next level. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put up a link on the website, or on the screen here, and just go to that link, pop in your info, and hopefully you're one of the first, and then we will go from there. So the link is www.the20daychallenge.com, and if you head to the20daychallenge.com, you can pop in your info, and I'm just going to put this over 20daychallenge.com. Boom. So I'll put that in the chat box for you guys. And if you were to click the link, what will happen is you're going to end up over here, the 20daychallenge.com, and you're going to get to this page here, and you just click the Add to Cart button. And very important thing is that there's a particular code that you need to put in to save $1,000. So this is a special promo for you guys. And if you were to type in all caps, Fire Starter in all caps, you have to use the code Fire Starter to get the price. And if you go to choose that, you type in Fire Starter in all caps, bang, boom, you'll notice the price drops to only $1,000. And so you can hop in on that with us. And if you want to do a 2-pay option, we do have a 2 payments of $547 or 1 payment of $997. So those are the 2 choices. And again, it's Firestarter in all caps. And you guys can receive this discount today if you'd like. And our training starts on Friday. And what will happen is we'll then get an email out with a full schedule that has all the different sessions, and we will roll from there. So cool. And then, so what I'd like to do is now turn it over. So we've got Ryan Dewey on the line now. We've got Shane Johnson, Ryan Skelly. And if you want, you guys just pop on and let us know just feedback about what you've seen on the previous 20-day challenge, why you're so fired up about this one.
Absolutely, Nick. This is Ryan Dewey. And you know what? It's one of the things, the thing I think is the coolest about this whole program is that it's taught live. There's plenty of video training courses that are out there. We've all paid our fair share into those programs, and there's a breakdown with it sometimes. You have to be really motivated to want to take the time and schedule it out in your schedule, find a way to make it fit with everything else, and then try to have the stick-to-itness to actually get through the whole thing, because there's no urgency, there's no deadline, there's no accountability, and there's nobody helping you through the process. It's tough, but having a live course to go through, it's like signing up to take a class, or it's like signing up to have a personal trainer. Chances are, if your personal trainer's there and they're waiting on you, you're going to show up because you have that accountability, and you know that you paid for their time to be there. You paid for basically your time to be there. And it just takes things to a whole different level when you can go through real live examples. You can even personally be an example as you're going through the process, and some hot seats and different things like that. And it's just a completely different atmosphere in the whole process. And you can probably hear the sincerity in Nick's voice. He really does put a lot of his heart and a lot of himself into this. The same with Shane, the same with Ryan Skelly and the rest of our team here. We really do care about the people that we work with, and we really do give a lot of ourselves. And our number one goal is to see you guys be successful with this stuff. It's not important to us that we keep our secrets to ourselves and nobody else gets to know them and nobody else gets to benefit from them. We're sharing them live on the line here for free. And we really do want to see people be successful with it. There's so many clients out there. There's so much business to be had, and we really share that abundance mindset. And that's why we're here. We want you guys to be a part of that, and we want you to be a part of our community. And we really want to see you guys thrive, because at the end of the day, for us, there's nothing more fulfilling, there's nothing more exciting than getting an awesome story of how somebody just brought in a great new client, or how they just brought in an extra $1,000 a month in business. Those are the things that really get us fired up.
That's it, man. That's what we live for. It's the success stories. And, it's like this guy, Marty, he's in a tough spot, and he's up against the wall, and, he's just needs to get this, this business off the ground and bring in new customers. And there's no better business to be in, to get a quick, fast start and to, get customers. And the cool thing is that for him, his biggest challenge was, not knowing what to do once he got the client. He's like, oh, well, I think I can get the client, but when I do, I'm just nervous of not knowing what to do for them. And, I had the same fear when I first got started, and the fact that this, we've got a community that's very collaborative is key. We can bounce ideas off each other. And, we've had some clients where Ryan and Shane and Nicole and myself, and we've had a lot of collaborations on some clients, and it's good because I think, it's helping each other, but at the end of the day, it's leading to a better end result for the clients, and that's really what's key. So how about Shane or Skelly? Why are you guys excited about this thing coming up?
Yeah, it's
Hey
Shane
guys,
here.
Ryan Skelly here. Oh,
Oh,
hey.
okay, you go,
I think I
Ryan.
beat you. I beat you.
It's yours. It's yours. I'm
All
backing
right,
off.
guys. The reason why I'm excited about this is just the success we had in the last 20-day challenge. Just being able to go into the Facebook group and having a lot of people, asking questions, and myself, Shane, Nicole, Julie, our whole entire team coming in and answering the questions. There are people like Ryan Eller who has a fitness business, who he was just a local, has a fitness shop in, I believe it's in Arizona, and he was struggling he wasn't sure if he was going to keep the lights on, basically. And what he did is he took imperfect action. A couple of webinars back, our buddy Rosh Khan, who owns the company Social Rank, who was building out these landing pages, said that winners take imperfect action versus losers who are too busy planning a perfect plan. Basically, what that comes down to is you got to be fully engaged. Life's about getting momentum behind you. In this kind of 20-day challenge, it's like a boot camp. I think of it. It's like one of those CrossFit boot camps. That regardless of whether you're advanced in Facebook advertising or you're a complete novice newbie, we are going to hold your hand through that process to get you to the point. If you follow our steps and you show up daily and you put in the work, you're going to get results. It's as simple as that. There's enough problems in the world. Don't create any more for yourself. We have the plan here. If you want to follow us, you want to become part of this team, and just enjoying the success. People are going to be going into the Facebook group. They do it daily, and they're talking about their success. Now, you could either get envious at that, or you could use that to motivate you, because there's no reason. The only part of the equation that changes is you. If you apply everything that we teach in this, and we get pretty advanced. People get information overload to a certain extent, but we're trying to over deliver. And if you take it step by step and you just do the action plans that are put out on each and every session, you're going to succeed with this. I just overall, I haven't seen a package like this. A lot of these courses, they sell and they teach you, just half of the steps, and then they try to upsell you on the package. We're laying it all on the line. Like Nick keeps saying, and Shane's go-to is, we lift up the kimono. Like, literally, there is not a strategy that I'm hiding when I come and I do my session. I lay it all out there. There's no reason to hide anything, because even if I do put it out there, and I know not everybody's going to take action, and it happens. You just need to take the challenge and do it. It's really not that difficult. If you do the action plans that we put out, you're going to get results. So that's basically what I have.
That's it, man. Well, that's awesome, and it's true. At the end of the day, we're a big community that's it's growing every day, and at the end, it just comes down to working together, taking action, and when you have enough people that are supporting you and around you, it makes it easier to to get through some of the challenges. So that's cool. Then how about you, for you, Shane?
Wow, after Ryan's little talk, I don't think I need to even say anything.
Yeah, you can just say "bam."
I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
Are you going to tell everyone what BAMF means?
Yeah.
It's our little go-to word. It means badass mother. It just means we're out there doing things and making shit happen. And I gotta say that that's the one thing that I really love about our group and both the coaching students that we have come through into the 20-day challenge and Life on Fire, as well as our private clients. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, makes me more happy and excited is when I hear them come and say, "The light just clicked on for me, Shane. I just saw I saw everything that you were talking about all come to fruition, and we got all these fans, we got all these leads, and then we launched, and I was so nervous, and everything that you talked about, it just all came together. And not that everything runs perfectly. I mean, there's a lot of times we're running these kind of launches, or we're doing either a done for you or a coaching session, and something goes off the rails. Things aren't always perfect, but the good news is that we can usually take a look at it, assess it, and quickly say, okay, this is what's going on based on our knowledge and being able to test other things, try this or this, and we can usually bring it back in line. So And like the other night, I had one of our private clients call me. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Dave Austin, who's a mental performance coach for the professional athletic world. And when he called me, he was kind of apologetic at first. He said, I'm sorry for calling you so late. I'm on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast. I know it's late. And I'm like, it's no problem, Dave. Just tell me what's wrong. I thought something was wrong. He goes, no, I'm just calling to thank you. I just love what's going on. I just wanted to say thanks, and this is the first opportunity I had today. So I often say to my clients and to the coaching students that come through 20-Day Challenge that success loves speed. And I think that's really key. I had the really great opportunity to work when I was in the corporate world. I did a lot of big corporate launches, and I had a really great opportunity to work for GE Capital under the CEO Jack Welch, which many of you may have heard of. And when he was there, it was just amazing. And he said to me one day, I was creating a business within GE Capital, and I was scared shitless because this business was going to require millions of dollars in equity funding to start it up. And he said, Shane, I'm going to give you one big bag of money at the beginning of the year, and you better frickin' bring me back 3 big bags of money at the end of the year, or else you're gone. And he was serious. And I learned so much through that process of just taking action, making things work. You're going to fall down, skin your knees the first couple of times, but it's just like riding a bike when you're young. You get back up on that bike and you figure it out, and before long, you're riding along on that bike going, what was the big problem? This is so easy now. And that's kind of like, that's where Ryan and I and Nick and Ryan Dewey are at with this whole, how do you use Facebook to do your launches and to get leads and to nurture those leads and to help everybody. It's like riding a bike for us now. We look at it, we think it's so easy that we kind of overlook the complexities of it, but we make it easy for you when you come into the group. So, and to that point, opening the kimono, as I like to say a lot, we really do open the kimono. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, Facebook made a bunch of changes, as they love to do, and recognize it can be a little bit frustrating with them because they are making changes dynamically pretty much every week. But we're watching this stuff, and we're literally, in the last 5 months, we've spent over $100,000 with all of the collective clients that we have in Facebook advertising. So, I mean, we test literally everything that's out there. We know what's working and what's not. And so the problem with Facebook marketing is they're just trying to, they're coming of age now because they just went public last year. They're trying to really make this stuff work, and they're making a lot of changes to try and make it work, but it's becoming quite confusing. So what I'd like to say is, we've taken all of the, they probably have about 30 or 40 different kinds of ads that you can create, and there's multiple permutations of that you can do within each of those ads. We take those all and we boil them down and we say, okay, here's the 2 or 3 that we know really work because we're spending all this money testing it. And we're going to show you only those 2 or 3 that really work. And guess what? When something changes, we're rating there in the group saying, okay, we're telling you live, here's actually what worked. We're opening the kimono and showing you. Yesterday we did an ad, and this is what was happening with it. We're going to show you that. So that's
we can
really
hardly
cool.
get Shane to close his kimono.
Oh my God, it's such a great point though, man. It's like, I mean, being able to have a team of people that are on the cutting edge with ads like this, and then just to disseminate what's important, so that you don't have to worry about testing or learning every little detail. It's like, we want you to focus on profit producing activities, getting clients, and delivering, because that's what's going to build a nice, fun business for you. And the cool thing is that we're in the major nitty gritty of it, and Shane and Ryan always keep them posted. So that's key. So we have a lot of fun. We got our event November 1st. It's out in San Diego. It's going to be super fun, 10 to 5 in San Diego. So have a ticket for that. You guys get the 10 live sessions. You're going to get the custom graphic design, private label rights to our stuff, so that you could just duplicate what we've done. And we'll coach you through the process. And I didn't mention, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's one of those, no questions asked. What we find is that we've never had a refund of anyone that shows up to the calls. whether they, dove in and busted ass or not. But it's always, oh, I bought it, and then I just chose to not do anything. And at the end of the day, we really are if you're willing to take action with us, I mean, if you're willing to work with us, roll up the sleeves. I mean, that's what this is about. We're here to help you build a profitable business. And the cool thing is that you can have a job. I had a client today. She's a full-time teacher, and she's got a six-figure Facebook marketing business on the side. And she goes, Nick, you know what my plan is? She's like, I want to work with you, and I want to stop being a teacher. I want to do this full-time. I love it. And that was Brenda. And I said, Brenda, you want to know how you're going to do that? She's like, how am I going to do that? I said, it's as easy as this. You're going to raise your rates. You're going to follow what we're doing as far as pricing. You're going to basically increase her pricing. We're going to help her get out of just the local, get her onto the national level. And she's got all the skills to do it. She's been doing this for a year, and she's already making six figures. And it's like, all right, let's get you to 300 grand next. Then let's get you to 500 grand. And so it's exciting. So our mission is to create success stories. The link is the20daychallenge.com. And so we won't, if you have questions, feel free to put them into the chat box. We can answer any questions that you have now. Also, if you have questions, feel free to email Ryan directly. It's ryan@lifeonfire.com. And if you've got a question that's holding you up, don't let that hold you back. If you don't feel like, asking it right now, or if something pops up in the middle of the night, it's ryan@lifeonfire.com. And I do want to just say congratulations to the new folks that came on. Miss Mary, welcome, and Benjamin, Gary, Brenda, Kevin, and all you guys, and the folks that haven't spoke up and said what's up so far, welcome to the team. So really looking forward to working with you guys. We have, we're going to be starting the live sessions on on Friday, October 4th, and we are going to close this offer down. So we are going to close it down, whichever comes sooner. It's going to either close when we get to 50 people, or it's going to close on October 3rd at midnight. So you've got a couple more days, but if you want to get involved and you want to have the fast action sessions and take advantage of the 30-minute consultation, then hop on tonight, and then we'll hop on the phone and we'll get you moving along really, really fast. So anything else, guys, before we jump off?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, you guys have
sir.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great rest of your night. I really hope you enjoyed the free content, and I really am excited for all you folks that have jumped on board and are going to take the challenge with us and get your Facebook marketing business off the ground. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and we will catch up with you on Friday on the live training.
Awesome.
All right,
Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
See you guys.
Welcome.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.